Hello, everybody, and welcome to Career Current. My name is Amy Watt, and I will be your host. In today's episode, I will be talking about how resume templates are killing your chances of finding work. When you're on the job hunt, the first thing you need to do is complete your resume. You know your employment and education history, but you don't know precisely how to formulate your resume to land that interview. So, as many of us do when we're looking for answers, you turn to the internet and downloaded a resume template. Here are some examples of resume templates that can be found on MS Word. You can also download or buy some from Pinterest and Canva, but I'm asking you to stop. Templates are pretty simple. They're structurally set up, and all you do is fill in the blanks. Once you've plugged in your education, works history, and summary, you have what appears to be a pretty good resume. If it was that simple, then why haven't you received any interviews? What went wrong? Why are there professional resume writers? Stay with me and listen on because I'm going to tell you why resume templates are actually killing your chances of finding work. A high quality resume writer will tell you that online templates are just far too generalized for any skill set. The template format and vocabulary were determined by somebody else for any number of job types and any applications. Someone made these templates, and that someone has deemed those templates as standard, even high quality. You found the template on a web search or in Pinterest, and it seems professional, so it must be, right? But if you actually take a more in depth, discerning look at the resume template, you will notice that they are substandard and actually working against you. You want a job, you need a job, but to stand out, your resume has to stand out from every other job seeker. If you use a template, you're going to look like everybody else. To help you better understand why this is the case, I'm going to go over 6 reasons why your resume template is actually obstructing your employment chances and how to get a top-notch resume to secure employment. All right, and let's start with number 1. Many templates are low quality. Did you know that recruiters and hiring teams on average spend 7 seconds reading your resume? So, unless an employer has handpicked you for a position, your resume is probably among the dozens, sometimes hundreds, submitted and inevitably ignored. The bottom line is that recruiters, managers, and HR professionals see these templates over and over again. They're bored. Look at all of these MS Word resume templates. How many times do you think an HR professional or recruiter has seen these? Way too many. All right, and moving on, let's look at number 2, which is formatting. With one glance, a potential employer will determine the worthiness of your resume by formatting. There are free and paid resume templates that look great. but they often come in standardized, strange formats that you cannot replicate when editing yourself. You will spend much time trying to reformat and configure it. You may find yourself spending quite a bit of time fixing your resume's font, dealing with bullets that don't line up, misaligned spacing, faulty headers and footers. These are just some of the few formatting issues you may experience with a template. Because the people reading your resume are making determinations about you within seconds of reading this document, you need a resume format that is easy to read, or more appropriately, easy to skim, with achievements and words that stand out. Ultimately, you need a resume that is poised, intentional, and so irresistible that you're called for the interview. Resumes that are constructed in a left to right format with bold titles, bullet points, tend to be more successful than even the most sleek looking resume templates. And last, but certainly not least, in terms of formatting, did you know that many resume templates are not applicant tracking software compliant? Look at all of these beautiful resume templates, and not one of them can be read by applicant tracking software. The use of columns and text boxes makes your resume not readable. All right, and if you're not yet convinced that resume templates are hurting your chances, then let's move on to issue number 3, which is going to touch on resume specific issues. Have you had a gap in employment, worked several jobs for short periods, or had insufficient training or education? A template will only make these issues stand out. And moving on, let's look at number 4. You are not selling yourself. It is hard for many of us to talk about our successes, but job seeking is not the time for modesty. Employers want to know exactly why they should pick you, and you shouldn't be afraid to tell them. For each application, you should tailor your resume to suit the position. Take the time to highlight the skills and experience you have that are most relevant to the job. Think about your work history and understand the value that you bring to the table. And a resume template may limit your ability to present yourself as the best candidate for the position. If you've chosen a template, filled it out, and submitted it to several job postings, you will not sell your value. And this brings us to number 5. Templates are often really quite dated. Almost every resume template found in an internet search includes space for your objective. Look at this template from MS Word. What does it have? An objective. And let's get with the times. Get rid of that objective and take the time to write a profile summary. Highlight your skills, highlight your value. Why should they hire you? And if you're not sure about the resume summary, after this podcast, listen to my next one on the resume summary. Remember, a resume is about telling employers why they should hire you. It's not about telling them why you submitted a resume. They know that part. A resume summary catches the reader's attention. It allows you to introduce yourself and use keywords that will stand out in an applicant tracking system while giving the human reader greater insight into why you are the right fit for the position. And this leads us to number 6. Resume templates can leave a bad first impression. When you're a job hunter, you want to let your potential as an excellent hire to shine through your resume. An HR manager can recognize a resume template a mile away. Truthfully, submitting a resume from a template will only show a potential employer that you haven't even bothered to put the necessary time and effort into applying for the position. If this is the case, then why would they think you'd put time and effort into the job once you had it? Maybe you did take the time to fill in the template. Perhaps you have thought through your qualifications for the job, but if you cut corners with your resume, you are selling yourself short, creating a negative first impression. So instead of wasting your time searching for resume templates and going in circles with no callbacks or interview opportunities, do it right the first time with the help of a professional. I will help you by analyzing the job posting and creating a resume based on what you can offer and the required skills for the job. I will highlight your unique value and acquired skills while capturing the attention of anyone that reads it.